Hi Internet people, and happy National Coming Out Day. So first, I want to preface this by saying, in no way, shape, or form should you be pressured to come out today if you are not out. Now, if you're looking for a way to maybe start a conversation about coming out, or you want to sort of broach the topic with some people you trust, today can be a perfect day for that. But I just want to say, if you are in an unsafe environment or do not feel comfortable coming out today, you can stay as you are. You do not need to come out right this moment because it's National Coming Out Day. But because it is National Coming Out Day today, I thought I would do a 1 year later video, because if you do remember, you might not, last year I actually wrote a big article for the website The Nerdy Girl Express, where I'm the editor currently, and I described my coming out process, which literally happened the weekend before National Coming Out Day, completely on accident. Like, it was not planned, because my life is secretly, apparently a made-for-TV movie. It did. I mean, if it was a made-for-TV movie, I would I'm cool with that. We could put it on the Hallmark Network. We could finally get a queer female plotline on the Hallmark Network. I'm just saying, cough, cough, achoo. Anyway, so National Coming Out Day is often a period of time where some people choose today as their coming out day. It's going to be their day. They're going to use today to start that conversation and actually come out and be themselves. But sometimes you can't. Now, in this situation, I was out to some people, but not to my parents, who seemed like the major people to come out to. In some situations, that's not the major coming out point. Maybe you can't come out to your parents, but you're out to everybody else, or something like that. Whatever. Everyone's life is different. Your situation is different. In my situation, I was out to my siblings, I was out to friends, I was also out to some people on the internet, not all people, because I never specifically said I am bisexual and talked about it. I would hint at it, I would vaguely say some stuff, but I would never directly say I'm a bisexual person. So, the last October, I officially came out to my parents and said, I'm bisexual, I like guys, I like girls, I like pretty much anybody as long as I connect with them on a personal level. So I'm not saying I fall in love with everyone, but I am saying that I have the capacity to fall in love with anyone. So that's how I define my bisexuality. It's the term I used. I've had some people who tell me it falls a lot closer to the pan definition, but I had used the word bisexual before when I was younger and didn't know what pan was, and I just feel more comfortable using the term bi. Whatever term you want to use is your term. It's entirely up to you. I just happen to use bisexual as my term. I also frequently just shorten it to bi because I can. So, October of last year, I came out to my parents. I cried. It was a whole thing. Then, by December of last year, I had a girlfriend. Her name is Krista. You've probably seen her because I tweet pictures of her. She tweets pictures of me. I'm in love with Krista. She is the person that I fell in love with. It does not, I fell in love with her because of who she is. Because she's the person that I fell in love with. If that makes sense to you, then there you go. You might be bisexual. Or pansexual. Or whatever you want to be. But, there you go. So, that also takes away the capacity for me to fall in love with other people because I am in love with Krista already. We are a couple. We are together. I'm in love with her. So, I had a girlfriend by December, which was completely unplanned. We had met at ClexaCon that year, and I had told her I was not out. We had talked about it a little bit, and then I told her I wanted to come out to my parents, but I just hadn't done it yet. So, she helped me to come out to my parents. Then within, 2 months, we started dating. We are still happily dating. I actually am seeing her right now because this video was filmed early, but she's visiting this weekend for a wedding. So, ta-da! Krista's here. You just can't see her. So, I started dating Krista, and then I chopped off all my hair. I've had short hair before, but this is my dream haircut. I have wanted this haircut for so long. It's also not exactly how I want it. I want the top to be longer so I can do a full swoop back thing, but right now I'm very happy with it. It's just not right where I want it to be. But that was the big thing that happened hair-wise. I grew it out super, super long for ClexaCon for costumes, and then I had desperately wanted to cut it off. But the whole coming out and then cutting my hair short thing isn't exactly what happened. I had had short hair before. I grew it out on a whim. I kept it long for a while and it was driving me crazy. So I wanted to cut it off, and then I allowed myself to embrace the haircut I really, really wanted, which may have come from the fact that I came out and felt more comfortable like being myself and wanting the things that I wanted. So my boss knows that I'm bisexual and has a girlfriend. She asks about my girlfriend periodically, like to see how we're doing, how she's doing. I've talked about it with coworkers, not a lot of them. Some of the people that I work with in the program I'm in, no, I don't really talk to a lot of the people that I work with very detailed. Not that I wouldn't talk about it, I just don't, just because we don't really talk. There are just a variety of people who know. The internet knows, which feels like everybody. So yeah, I've just been a lot more comfortable. I've been more comfortable being more open about what I want, who I am, focusing on like the things that I want and not being pressured to do stuff that I don't want to do. I didn't want to have long hair anymore. I haven't wanted to wear dresses really. I have on a handful of times, but like I wanted to dress more masculinely, and so I transitioned to dressing a little bit more masculinely just because I like wearing those clothes more than I do like really girly clothes. I never did, but I would sometimes wear them because I was like, oh, you should wear this because you're doing this. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. So I just became a lot more comfortable with who I am and like wanting the things that I want and being open to talking about things in more detail. So coming out to my parents was stressful for me. It got a little stressful for them too, not in a bad way. Like my mom also cried. My dad did not cry. He actually kind of already sort of thought I liked girls. He just hadn't said anything. He also thought Krista and I had been dating and I just hadn't told them when I told them we were going to start dating in December, so that was a thing. So yeah, in the year since I came out, I have a girlfriend who I am madly in love with. I've gone to a bunch of conventions, I've cut all my hair off. I've just been more comfortable being myself and sharing more about myself with people because I don't feel like I have to hide this like huge part of who I am, which is the fact that I am attracted to people who are not one gender or really any gender. You can be whoever, as long my thought on love was always that if you connected with that person on a spiritual or emotional level, then they were your person. And that's how I feel with Krista. We click, we connect. If Krista happened to be a guy, we would also click and connect. If Krista was non-binary or trans or gender fluid, we would still click because I know that she is the person that I care about most in the world and we fit as a couple. So there you go. That makes sense? Does my example help you out? But yeah, so it's been a wild ride in a year. But I thought since it just so happened to be the National Coming Out Day comes on a Thursday and I do these videos anyway, that I would do a video. Also, this shirt is from LGBT Fans Deserve Better. You can't see all of it, I don't think, but it's the Support Positive LGBT Representation shirt. I thought it would fit very nicely for today. So yeah, there you go. If you want to share your coming out stories, thoughts, feelings, anything in the comments or with me on Twitter, I am at CluffNotes. If you are struggling and have like questions about coming out, or maybe you're just struggling with figuring out if you're using the right term or if that's the term you want to use, you can definitely talk with me. My DMs are kind of open, sort of, on Twitter. They're not super open, but if you tell me that you need to talk to someone on a more like, I have questions, can you give me some answers, or can you help me like thought process something, you can hit me up on Twitter and then we can figure out what to do. But anyway, there you go. I hope this video was helpful or interesting at all. And yeah, so there you go. Have a happy National Coming Out Day. And again, you do not have to feel pressured to come out today. If you would like to use today as your day to come out, feel free. Go ahead, use today. But if not, be comfortable being who you are right now and don't feel like you have to be someone else or come out to everybody or even anyone today. You don't have to. There you go. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at CluffNotes, on my blog, cluffnotes.wordpress.com, or at the Nerdy Girl Express, thenerdygirlexpress.com, and I kind of run their Snapchat, the Nerdy Girl EXP. Bye, internet people.